protect your most valuable asset? That's why the NFL looks to Cisco Security, powered by AI, to protect their data from cyber attacks. When the game is on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, sis. Just like I said yesterday, and then having the opportunity to watch the film, there were definitely a lot of plays out there that needed to be made. I talked about, third down. The unique thing about only having six, I think we have 6 or 7 third downs, and a couple of those were situational third downs. It was a very unique situation, but we didn't play well on third down on either side of the ball. Offensively in the red area, we did an okay job. Obviously, you want to pick up those short yardage situations, and then defensively, it comes back to fundamentals, which I always talk about. You even look at the big run play. We had 2 players that were pretty much unblocked that probably should have made that play, and they expect to make those plays, and we as a coaching staff expect them to make those plays. But overall, I would say that they came out. The Cardinals came out and they played better than us. They executed better than us, and we have to go back to the drawing board and get better. I know there's a lot of chatter about the question last night. You said that. I didn't mean anything by that. It was more of a defensive response, and ultimately, and I tried to clarify that with the follow-up question, because ultimately all of those decisions are mine. So I just wanted to get that out there. Fire away.
We'll start with Mike Reese, and I anticipate a lot of questions today. So we'll start with a single question. Get back, raise your hand again if you have a follow-up question, and we'll come back to you. Go ahead, Mike.
Jerod, what do you mean by defensive response to that question?
Yeah, it was just more. I didn't mean anything by it. I just was like, you said it, because I didn't want to go down that whole rabbit hole of trying to explain all those things. And like I just said, I tried to clarify that with the follow-up question, saying that all of those critical situations fall on me.
Next question, Mike Giardi, followed by Doug Hyde.
Continuing on that theme, Jerod, you're on the headset, you're on the channel. If you want Drake to run the ball, you have the right and the power to say, hey, Alex, tell him to run the ball?
100% on me.
Doug Hyde, followed by Phil Perry.
Morning, Jerod. Has there been any organizational disagreement about whether to use Drake Mayo on design runs?
No, look, we have quarterback design runs. Just haven't pulled them out yet. So there's no disagreement. We're all on the same page. I think Alex and the offensive staff do a good job putting together the game plan. I go in there, I offer my 2 cents, and we come out of the room as a unit, all on the same page.
Phil Perry, followed by Chris Ryan.
Hey, Jerod, has Drake lobbied for those kinds of carries? He mentioned something last night about how, he was a good quarterback sneaker in college and he was open to it. Has he talked to you guys or suggested in moments that he would like to do that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm not going to get really into those types of conversations. And again, look, Drake's the ultimate team player. He has been an ultimate team player, and whatever's called, he's going to try to go out there and execute it the best that he possibly can. What I will say is, look, Ramondre is one of our best players on the team, one of our best weapons on offense. And what we did there was ultimately my decision, and thought we could pick it up.
Chris Ryan, followed by Yofi Chen.
Hey, Jerod, I hope all is well with you.
Morning.
What is the disconnect in your view between the offensive stats and point production, where it feels like, week after week, there's evidence that the team should be scoring more, than it is? Why, in your view, is that not happening? Is that play calling? Is it execution? And how do you fix it?
I think overall it's execution. I would say there have been times where we've gone backwards in the red area where we were in a place to score. And, that's tough to do. As soon as you get in the red zone, to go backwards kind of puts you behind the 8 ball. And, we've been up and down as a whole, offensively, defensively in the red area. And we just got to continue to understand that the field is shrinking. There's another player there as far as the middle of the field safety, and everything is about the details and going out there and executing.
Yofi Chen, followed by Sophie Weller.
Morning, Coach. Yesterday, you mentioned after the game that it sounded like a broken record in terms of your commenting your team's problems on the field. Do you think it's it's because your message was not properly delivered and received by your players, or it was just simply your team is lack of talents? What might be the reason?
As far as the messaging being received, that's more of a question for the players. I think, when we go into a week, we're all on the same page as far as the targets that we have to hit to go out there and win the game. And unfortunately, we just haven't been able to do that.
Sophie Weller, followed by Mike Reese.
Morning, Jerod. I was just
Okay.
curious about Christian Gonzalez. You've had a matchup against some of the top receivers, and yesterday was Marvin Harrison Jr. What did you see from him in that game, and just what is it about his play that allows him to be such like a lockdown defender?
Yeah, he's our best player on defense, and he proved that yesterday. Just a guy that goes out there and competes on a down after down basis, and did a good job for us yesterday.
Back to the top of the batting order. We'll start with Mike Reese, followed by Doug Kite.
Jerod, prior to the 4th-and-1 run, CBS had a sideline shot of Alex Van Pelt maybe pointing to something, and you're reacting to that. I'm wondering, was that the play clock? And if you could describe maybe what that interaction was, what was going on in that moment? Because it looked like they might have reset it, but it came after 15 seconds possibly.
Yeah, that was like we weren't going to get the playoff, so I called a timeout. Is that the play you're referring to?
I think it was actually I want to say it was the right before the Ramondre run, so there was no timeout. So it's a 4th down play.
I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay,
sure what was.
I'll circle back. I'll double check that I have it right.
All right.
We'll go to Doug Kite, followed by Taylor Kyles.
Joe, there was another moment on the broadcast where they showed Robert and Jonathan Kraft, and some of the lip readers out there thought they were talking about the offensive play calling. I'm curious what your thoughts were on that moment, and if they've ever come to you with issues about offensive play calling.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. What I will say is, they've been fully supportive of us as a team, and look, they're huge fans of the team that they own. So whatever they said, that's what they said.
Thanks.
Taylor Kyles, followed by Chris Ryan.
Morning, Coach. Thank you for your time. I know last night you mentioned with the run defense that if you take away the one big run from James Conner and things didn't look so bad. I know you said something similar after the Jaguars game, but it seems like lately teams have still been able to make those body blows, like get enough yardage to stay on schedule. So are you willing to kind of concede that as long as you're maybe taking away some things in the pass game, or do those body blows also still add up? Because it seems like you faced a lot of 3rd and short situations the past few weeks.
Yeah, the body blows have definitely hurt us. I thought Connor, ran the ball very hard yesterday, and obviously, that front, they do a good job on their doubles and things like that. But you're exactly right. The body blows, they hurt. But in saying that, like the long run by Connor, we were there to make the play. We just didn't finish the play, which is a frustrating thing, and it turns into a 50-yard gain. So, and again, that's what the NFL is. It's every play is 6 seconds, and you got to have ultimate focus and ultimate execution in 6-second increments, and we just weren't able to do that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Chris Ryan, followed by Yofi Chin.
Hey, Jerod, with 3 games left here, could you speak to your evaluating process at this point, and whether it comes to coaches or players, like what you're looking for to see that there is progress going into next season, and whether certain players or coaches are a part of winning moving forward?
Yeah, there are definitely different measurements or metrics that we'll look at the end of the season, and that we look at right now that we want to see next week, because every week is about getting to 1-0, and everything's being evaluated. I'm being evaluated, the coaches, the players, we're all being evaluated, and no one's happy about where we are right now, and some things have to get better.
Thanks.
Yofi Chen, followed by Phil Perry.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you about the Cole Strange situation. You guys added him to the active roster last week. I understand you have a certain window to do so, but he was inactive yesterday. Does it mean that he's still not completely ready for the game actions? What's the situation there, if you can explain a little bit?
Yeah, he just wasn't ready to go.
2 final questions, Phil Perry and Mike Reese.
Jerod, just getting back to your comments from last night, are you worried at all that those comments, you said you didn't mean anything by them? Are you worried at all that they get taken or your players hear them and take them the wrong way?
I'm not worried about it. I mean, I feel like, they're gonna see all those things, and they know my heart. They know what I'm trying to, the point that I'm trying to get across. And look, I don't mean anything by it. I didn't mean anything by it. And like I said earlier, I tried to clarify that with the second comment. I have ultimate, respect, and also, for the way that those guys go out there and work every single day. And we just got to start winning some games.
And last question, Mike Reese.
So, Jerod, I'm going to clean up my other question on the 4th and 1 run that Ramondre was stopped short on. Did you feel like operationally, like the time was good, like before, the ball was snapped, or were you worried at all in that moment that the play clock might be coming down on you to get that play off, and that ultimately got off before the play clock went down?
No, I wasn't worried about it. And look, ultimately, we missed the block and we weren't able to get the first down. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jerod. Thanks, everyone.